A very good, purposeful afternoon to all of you. I do hope we have some more people walking in. This year, we've just celebrated our 10th anniversary, in fact, in January, and so I wanted to bring this to your notice. 10 years of a very purposeful journey. I just want you to see a few glimpses of this journey which will exemplify what I have to say. Right, so those were just a few glimpses of the journey of our 10 years. How did this happen? We feel extremely gratified, in fact. And I just want to come back to the topic of the day. I believe it is because of the purpose. So what is this word purpose that this whole conference of CSR World Day is focusing on? What does it mean? Is it a question of direction? Is it an aim? Is it strong determination? It is something that we do together. Is it the vision mission? Well, I guess it's a little of everything. When I first read the topic of this conference, my thoughts immediately went back to one of our teachers in school who would tell us, you must think ahead, have an aim. What are you working towards? If you don't, you're like a rudderless boat. And this rudderless boat, this term, has never gone out of my mind. And I thought of it immediately. Picture a boat which has no way of deciding where to go, and it's out in the ocean. It's doing things. It's sailing. All of us are doing things. Are we getting anywhere? Now that is the crux of the whole thing. That is why, without that purpose, I don't think we are going to make much of a difference. Of course, all of you are very experienced and have traveled a lot in your own CSR journeys and also have achieved a lot. So you may think it's very naive of me to be saying, you know, please have an aim and then move towards it. It's much more than that. It's not just an aim, friends. It's a commitment. It is involvement. It is putting yourself there. Only then will it be purpose. And that is why I showed you those very few short glimpses of the film. They don't say a lot because what we've done is way, way beyond, but you see how we are at the grassroots level and the kind of difference it has made. So I just want to tell you that in January 2008, when we launched the Max India Foundation, we decided that our purpose was going to be healthcare for the underprivileged. This is one of the core strengths of the Max Group, having the Max Healthcare Hospitals, Max Life Insurance, Max Health Insurance, among other companies. And we were going to do this in a 360-degree direction, which means all the parameters, starting from health concerns with prevention and cure. You see, unless you go in for prevention, are you going to spend 100 billion times more in cure without even thinking about prevention? So we decided to start at the very beginning with immunization, with screening, with talks, and various other things. We, as a hospital company, take our prevention very seriously. Then we have to create health awareness because this is the most needed part of healthcare in India. People don't know what should they be doing Or is there anything they could be doing to prevent, well, dengue fever, even cancer for that matter, typhoid? What should they be doing? So therefore, we do this health awareness in a very committed manner, especially for tobacco control and drug control. You know, prevention of cancer can mean something when we try and stop drugs, stop tobacco smoking. And oral cancer is rampant in India like others, and we are really happy to see the difference it is making. In Delhi, challans have started for smoking in public, and I think we have a huge hand to play in that. We are supporting this entire movement. So therefore, health awareness takes a very important role. Beyond that, health-sustaining interventions, which are allied. That means there are lots of other things besides the awareness. For example, when a person, we've gone through prevention, we've given them the awareness, but when they get sick, where do they go? Do we have enough government hospitals? Do the people have the money for treatment in private or wherever they can? They don't. So direct treatment and interventions is one of our major areas. And then, of course, we've gone in for village adoption programs, where besides the health concerns, we are looking at a few other allied concerns like drinking water. Now this was very debatable. Again, we came back to the purpose. In the village, would we just do vaccinations and health camps, treatment, or would we do more? Because the purpose was health care for the underprivileged, we had to look at a few more things like drinking water. Does the school have toilets for girls? Didn't, so we did that. Therefore, keep your purpose in mind, and we have done all this, and are still moving on ahead. So these were the main pillars. Some of I just told you, our signature immunization. I'm going to go through this. You can see the number of beneficiaries. Without giving the children the protection of vaccinations, how can we say we are providing them with health care? We do health camps, particularly in the areas of our hospitals, but we also do them in remote areas. We did a series of fantastic 4 health camps in Ladakh, you know, and far reaches. When we went there, I couldn't even see the villages because people live in hamlets, where with the help of the Indian Army, we had got them together, and we had some very, very interesting and very fruitful experiences. Similarly, we've been into various parts of Orissa and Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and others. So I just want to mention here that we just don't check the people and just leave them there. Eye camps, we give them spectacles, those who need them. We get the cataract surgeries done in our own hospitals, Max hospitals, not out there in the camps. And we do follow up further examination wherever it is required. Health awareness I spoke of. That's a very, very regular part of our program. We go into all the schools, government schools, the slum areas, and it's making a huge difference. I think Kaya Kalp, there's one of my friends is here. Yeah, just stand up. Yeah, all right. So we are using the puppeteers from Kaya Kalp, and we give them the themes, and they have made for us. Thanks a lot, and thanks for your partnership. We are doing a great job. Yeah, I just met her outside. So we do these puppet shows at our health camp. They are looking after the Kathputli community. We have given them the topics and the scripts, and when they prepare these puppet shows, those are very, very popular and extremely effective in passing on the messages for prevention of various diseases and seasonal and otherwise. So that's part of our health awareness program. We made a number of films which you can see have been uploaded on our website. And in fact, they are free for use for any NGO. If anybody wants to show something on dental health or otherwise, they're most welcome to show them. Then we are supporting a number of NGOs. Here I just want to mention a bit about the range. For example, we are supporting Can Support, which does palliative care for cancer patients. So we are supporting 2 of their 7 health centers out of which they operate, which means supporting their doctor teams, all the logistics support, the medicines given to the patients. These are underprivileged patients who have gone far ahead, and there's nothing more that can be done in terms of medical treatment for them except palliative care. So that's one. Can Kids, which looks after, which treats children with cancer. We are supporting them hugely, and we get a lot of their children from their NGO. We get them treated for cancer in our own hospitals. There's the Delhi Council for Welfare, where they are running an orphanage. In fact, it's an adoption center as well. We do medicines. We're doing medicines for several other NGOs who run clinics in Delhi among the slum people, among the rural areas around NCR. And they run regular camps. There is Ela Trust, which is very well known for many years. They have mobile vans. Now, we are supporting them for the cost of their medicine. So we're very grateful to them for what they do, for us, with us. I can see Uday is sitting at the back, and he's from Chikitsa in Gurgaon, and we are immunizing the children from his organization and doing a lot of stuff with that. So in the NGO area, I want to tell you, I spoke briefly about the tobacco, which has become very big for us in Delhi through Sambandh Foundation. We've been training the police. We have patients who have suffered from oral cancer, and through our Max doctors, there is this Voice Against Tobacco Victims. It's an organization. So they go quite often with the doctors, and when people see and hear the horrific stories of these patients now cured, it really puts them off. Now, we've been training the police to understand what KOTPA, the act, is, so that they can go out there and punish those people who are selling tobacco within the vicinity of schools, who are smoking in public, and there are various clauses of the law which they have to maintain. Now, besides tobacco, we have now gone into the space of drug control. There is a center in Baramulla. Now, who knows where Baramulla is? Anyone knows? Raise your hands. Okay, in Kashmir, in north of Kashmir, where there is army set up. So with the army, with another NGO, CSRL, we are funding the whole process. And they have made a very nice center. And there is rehab, there are talks, there's prevention, there's alternate therapy happening. And we're very happy. We're in the second year. It's going very well. More recently, we have partnered with the UNODC, United Nations Office of Drug Control in Delhi, for drug control in Punjab. Thanks to Urta Punjab, I think all of you know how bad the situation is in Punjab, maybe even beyond the movie or not. So we have started. It's small steps, but very purposeful steps, very focused steps. Who are we speaking with? The police, the alternate therapy people, the doctors, the counselors. We had a session where all these counselors had come to Delhi, and we had UN trainees from Vienna who had come to train them. So I'm very hopeful that this will go a long way. I wanted to just tell you that our NGO support is, of course, there are very many more than that, including special children. If anyone's from Dehradun, they would have heard of Rafael. Rafael Center started years and years back by the wife of Lord Cheshire. And they have special children, and they have a hospital for TB patients. Similarly, there are a number of such NGOs whom we are very proud to support, and we are very grateful to them for the wonderful work they do. We, unlike most corporates, are way beyond just check writing. We work with them, through them, with our volunteers. We have very stringent monitoring processes in place. So, but that has to be. All right. So this is something I'm very proud of, engagement with youth. All of you understand that the youth is tomorrow. I would say it's today for us. And keeping this in mind, we have moved with a very, very strong value that we should engage with the youth while they are in their student years, preferably college and school, because that inculcates in them a spirit of service with purpose. This purposeful living, if they now get an exposure while they're still in college as to what they can do, they feel very empowered, that we can actually make that difference in society which is so necessary. So I'll just quickly mention a few colleges. That first photograph you find with the iCamp with SRCC. So Shriram College of Commerce was doing a project with rickshawalas in the university campus. These rickshawalas used to hire the rickshaw every day. And whether they made that much money or not, they had to pay the owner. So they tried to get them loans to buy their own rickshaw, and they were engaging with them. So we came on board and we said, okay, so we can do some health checkups for the rickshawalas and their families. And we started this partnership. And we even got some cataract surgeries done. We got them some glasses. And we had a strong bonding between SRCC. They invited me many times to the college. I became their advisor. And we have a friend here. And so, when they came to the office many times, and I would share what we do, hoping that we would inspire them, and they really do fantastic work. And what amazes me is they're all such excellent students, tomorrow's corporate leaders. They are the ones, if they understand CSR, we will not be discussing whether it should be in the strategy of the board or not. They will make it happen, right? So I think it's very, very important. Similarly, a Hindu college event you can see on the right. In fact, last week I was to be the chief guest at the Panchatattva Environment Festival in Hindu College. Unfortunately, I had such a bad flu I couldn't make it. But I am their, again, an advisor. I'm writing an article for them. We work with them. We are working also with Guru Gobind Singh College of Commerce. So there are a number of such colleges, schools. I have spoken at Kamla Nehru College, Lady Shri Ram, Daulat Ram College. And I feel extremely happy that they get the opportunity to hear about what we in corporates are doing. Because, when you're students, you're very idealistic. You want a lot of good things to happen. But unless you hear of actual good things happening on the ground, you feel, oh, people don't really care. Now they're in jobs and people are only into profit making. So we need to be role models for them. And I think we really need to engage with them. Purposeful thinking now will convert into purposeful action for them tomorrow. I had mentioned surgeries and treatments. We're probably one of the very few CSR organizations who do this. But yes, we must, because we have a chain of hospitals. And we realize more than anyone else how difficult it is to get proper, high-quality treatment. There are some fantastic government hospitals, but the lines are so long. The doctors are fantastic, but they don't get an opportunity to see all those people. The logistics are pathetic because there's too much population with too little infrastructure. So where does Bharat go? Where does the underprivileged Indian go who cannot pay out of the pocket? Very, very difficult question. A lot of health insurance has come in. I mean, I won't say a lot. A little has come in earlier. A little more has come in. We hope much, much more. But in the meantime, at least we are there with a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm happy to say that a lot of children who have had heart surgeries, we have saved many, many lives, as you can see over here. These are only, I'm talking about, direct beneficiaries of very serious illnesses, surgeries, and treatments, including cancer, brain tumor, and whatever. We spoke of village adoption a little earlier. I was very apprehensive when we first were talking about it, and the board felt that, you know, we are doing so much, but maybe if we do it in a select geography, we would be able to see the impact more. So first we started with one, but at the moment we have 3 such clusters. One is Village Rail Majra in Punjab, right next to the original Max India first factory. The other 2 are in Dehradun district. One is on Mussoorie Road, and the biggest one, Dhakrani, is an hour and a half from Dehradun. One didn't even realize the kind of challenges one was going into, particularly because of the mindset of the beneficiaries themselves, who are so closed to anything which does not translate into party politics, your BJP or Congress, or religious politics, whether you're Hindu or Muslim or something else. So even the panchayat is always, you know, who is who and who's more influential. So there are a lot of little wheels within wheels rather than looking at development. But it has been a fantastic journey. Some of the things we've done have never been done before, at least I don't know of it. We are doing a complete underground sewage network of pipes with septic tanks, which even Dehradun is getting now, which we've put in place in Dhakrani. We've done 3 phases, and we're going to complete it in the next 2 years, completing 5. Regular health camps, regular checkups, regular talks, immunization, now a skill center for the school dropouts, lots of equipment in the school, and many, many more. I'll show you a very short, again, just a 90-second little clipping on this. But before that, on the other photograph on the right, you see the solar street lights. This is the second village near Dehradun, which is on the way to Mussoorie. Hilly, winding roads. It's a cluster of 4 villages. There were no lights. And we spoke to the government very many times, and they said it was out of the municipal limits of Dehradun, so they weren't even planning to put in anything. So we got a CSR project to put in solar lights, and it is benefiting everybody there. The women feel safer, people traveling on the road are safer, and I think accident-free now. So I just want to show you, I spoke about our 10 years. So on this occasion, last month, we had brought out a coffee table book, which has mapped this journey of 10 years. And it was, of course, a huge challenge because, you know, at the end of the day, you only have to write what you have to say. You can't get someone else to do it. And the whole team was busy with the data. But once we did it, we were extremely happy, you know, that, wow, we've documented something. And then, although we would keep saying, oh, we've left this out and we've left something else out, but doesn't matter. It was a wonderful journey. If anyone's really interested, please write to me. I'll be really happy to share it with you. I wanted to share this with you. And this, again, is our celebration of our 10 years. We are very, very, you know, proud of it, actually. I guess we are small, so 10 years is a big milestone, you know. So here I want to say that all this could happen only because of the purpose. We have to keep focusing again and again. And as I said, purpose is not only the mission and vision, not only the aim, it is not just the target, but the purpose is the energy behind what you put. It is the commitment. It is making it happen. You know, healthcare is a difficult space to do CSR in. It's much easier to do education or something because there are a lot of risks involved. Immunization is something that I think hardly any other private organization does. At least Serum India tells me that we are the largest. But that's, of course, I think we should be able to do it because we are backed by one of the largest healthcare organizations. But it is difficult, however, with very strict and stringent SOPs. Now that is how we manage our healthcare. It's very strict and stringent. If we say only 100 on one day for an immunization camp, not even one more, so that every child is checked very well, we do not compromise. Friends, don't go for numbers. Don't look at what noise to make. Which brings me back, I mean, I'm not trying to show off, but you know, on 22nd of Jan, we had a small event called Thanksgiving event. We invited all our NGOs, and there was a person who came for the first time. He's a doctor from the Delhi government. And I had just, somebody introduced me, so I requested him, I said, please come for our event and we'll meet afterwards. So at the end of the event, he said, Mohini ji, itna calm, wow, you've done so much, but how come no noise? So I felt a bit sorry that, you know, why hadn't he heard of us? But then I told everyone that, look, our work speaks for itself, is what we have believed in. Noise to dusre log karenge na. I told our corporate group people, okay, you guys make the noise. We will only work and consistently work and consistently work. And we are very grateful. We are humbled by all the awards we have got. So it's not that no one has heard the noise. I think people have seen. We have been fortunate to get the Golden Peacock Award for CSR 4 times. We have, thank you so much. Just last week, I was in Singapore to get Asia's best CSR brand. And I think here, World CSR Day, we have been awarded several times, and I'm back here again. Dr. Bhatia feels fit to give me an award this evening. So all that counts. We don't do it because of that, but it comes about only because of the purpose. So friends, all of you know it, are there. Let's each one decide. Purpose will drive us. Let's not be that rudderless boat. Thank you.